Guys, it is Valentine's Day, which means I gotta talk about love to some extent, right? And you may be thinking, okay, canon, romances, and relationships in Tower of God. Okay, sure. Why is Yuri and Lero-Ro in the thumbnail, huh? Why? Is it for clickbait or something? Yeah, but at the same time, I want to use this video as an excuse to talk about them so they're not there just for looks. Although it's certainly not canon. If you're new to the Dr. Bonehead channel, we upload every single day here, and most of it's Tower of God, although we are starting to branch off into Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen and stuff, so if you want to join our community, then definitely subscribe. It's a lot of fun here. We're kind of just chilling and hanging out, 2 streams a week even. So anyway, hop on board. It's the year of the Bonehead. Let's do this. So probably the easiest sort of canon romance to talk about, or at least one of them, in my opinion, is Horyong and Gosang. Now, they aren't officially dating as far as the latest chapters. However, it's those, okay, you know those people from high school or whatever who like weren't dating but like were dating? That's Horyong and Gosang, all right? They're not Facebook official, but come on, you know they're gonna get married as soon as they finish this tower crap, and they're gonna have a sweet little family as long as they both survive, fingers crossed. So in my opinion, it counts as a canon romance, bro. They're just so freaking cute. You know, I love when they go to the dance together, and that's sort of the first time we see that Gosang, you know, Horyong, his feelings are much more obvious, but dude, Gosang, she's got feelings too. She literally has been taking care of him for years when he's unconscious, and she's there and she's blushing. It's like, dude, okay, this might be my favorite romance. A bit of an interesting one is Eurasia Blossom and Gustang, which is, you know, it used to be canon, all right? These two used to be lovers, but then stuff went down. Their families didn't get along. They both had Eurasia and Jihad, and Eurasia Ann, things didn't go great with her. So now they're split up, and their families are not allowed to mingle in any shape or form. But at the same time, even though Gustang is going out with other women and all this stuff, everybody knows it's because he doesn't actually love them. He only has feelings for Blossom. It's kind of a tragic love story filled with blood and tragic things in this tragic story. I don't know where I was going with that. Possibly the saddest canon romance is Daniel and Rowan. Dude, Daniel and Rowan, that is one of the only things in Tower of God that when I reread it, I get choked up. There's a few moments. Rack hugging Bomb, Rack crying about Kuhn's death with Rachel, obviously deaths of Prince and Arkraptor. But dude, this scene, especially when he's thinking back and she said that she liked him too, I love you, and like, I can't with it, it's too good. The reason why I love Daniel and Rowan is because Tower of God doesn't delve into romance that often. It's usually very much like, oh, they fell in love and had a child, and that child was this, and then they were killed. This was just 2 regulars who both liked each other but never really admitted it until the very end when she sacrificed herself. It's like, bro, why? SIU! My life has never been the same. Daniel and Rowan, it's you know, it's hard because it's so tragic and yet so beautiful at the same time, and I find it hard to talk about because it's just so good. Okay, so there's obviously other romances, but those were the main canon ones I wanted to talk about. Now, there are histories with other characters, obviously Jihad and Arlen and V. You know, we don't really know what went down with those 3 entirely in detail. We only know it from one perspective pretty much, so it's hard to say, but we know Arlen and V were in love, and then Jihad had a bit of a crush on Arlen, you know. My guess is it's more complicated than what we've been told, and it's not so much like, oh, Jihad wanted to ask her out, she said no, and so he killed her son. Like, there's gotta be more to it, and yet that's another tragic love story. Like, why? There's so many. The tower's so fricked up, bro. This tower's messed up. Obviously, Arkraptor had a wife, you know, and a daughter, and there's a lot, you know, happening, but those are the main ones. Now, I'm not getting into ships here. This isn't a ship video because that's actually going to be on Haku's channel, Haku of the Tubes. It should be up sometime today, I believe. So I'll put the link down below and at the end of the video, and click the card here. And it got me inspired to talk about some of the canon ships in Tower of God, which leads me to Yuri x Lero-Ro. Now, this is not canon. But I kinda low-key, high-key I wish it was, dude. Like, there's something about this. They've never interacted. Okay, they've never spoken to each other in the comic as far as we've seen. However, if you didn't know, Yuri and Lero-Ro were regulars together. They entered the second floor tests together. They took the tests. We don't know if they were like close or they interacted though. This was almost shown in season 1. There's a flashback image that I'll show here where SIU actually showed the two of them meeting. Now, if you just heard, okay, they were regulars together, blah, 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 you know, and you find out that they were the only two that became rankers from their testing group, it's like, okay, that's kind of a neat fact. Dude, this scene that SIU drew, there's something, dude, okay, look at this. You got Lero-Ro, you got Yuri smiling. He's stunned. They're looking at each other from across. Are you telling me that they're just friends? Are you telling me that Lero-Ro didn't fall in love with her on the spot? Okay, probably. Who knows, right? Who knows? We don't know how old they even were. Like, it's very much a mystery. However, dude, I kind of ship it though. I kind of ship it. There's something about it. It's so hard to explain, but I would love it if there was even just some semblance of something that happened or will happen. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll get hate for that, but I don't think so. Like, you have to admit, even though there's almost no evidence, there is something about Yuri and Lero-Ro that the reason I'm bringing it up in this video is because it almost seems like it could have been canon. Like, what if SIU, because like, look at this shot, dude. There's something about it, and it sparks something in me. It's not like Bomb X Kun or EYX Bomb, you know, you know, these ships are cool and stuff. This feels special. It feels different, and I had to bring it up on this Valentine's video because it's not canon, but I kind of wish it was, bro. I kind of wish it was. Anyway, again, I missed a lot of relationships. What other relationships are there in Tower of God? Because I honestly can't think of that many more. So let me know down below, especially if there's some of your favorites. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see next Valentine's Day if I talk about more of these relationships or whatever, but this was an excuse. Okay, this was an excuse to talk about Yuri and Lero-Ro. I'll just say it. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, guys. Again, subscribe for more Tower of God content, and a huge shout out to my patrons over on Patreon, especially the two Kings of the Tower, sponsors of the channel, Big Juice and Syed Masood. You guys rock. Also, the high rankers, you guys need to get a big shout out to Justin Carr, Nicholas Victorsen, Viralaine, and Wesley Davis. Keep on rocking, guys. We also have a ton of rankers, a ton of Slayer candidates, and a ton of E rank regulars. Each and every one of you, I would not be able to do what I do on YouTube without you. Your support means the world. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next Tower of God discussion video. Take care.